And it has a couple differences. We only play Megaman in this game. So, anyway, without further ado, let's keep going. Time starts when I hit game start. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, right off the bat, I'm playing this game on the Mega Man Legacy Collection. And the Legacy Collection, like, is not... Like, it is... It has a different leaderboard. It has some different load times compared to the PS1 version of the game. And one of the major differences, I would say, that is this thing, the dialogues in this game. Unfortunately, they got rid of the fast dialogue from the original game. I don't know why. The dialogue is a little bit slower in this version. Also, I'm playing the Japanese version of the game for no specific reason. It's just because I like the Japanese voice acting. And this is the intro stage. The intro stage is probably the most technical level in the game. There's a lot of Mega Ball kicking. And the Mega Ball is one of the most interesting weapons in this game. The thing about the Mega Ball is that we can kick it. And there's also another thing that we can do with it. It's just called the Mega Ball jump. Also, I'm gonna set up for a quick kill here. Okay, I didn't get it right, but that's fine. This boss weakness is the Mega Ball. And we can use the Mega Ball to do a lot of damage to the boss. It's like Mega Man and Bass, but without Bass. Actually, there is Bass in this game. Unfortunately, he is not playable. So, yeah. It's not playable. Yeah, also this is the PlayStation, like the PlayStation ported version for the Legacy Collection too. Unfortunately, Capcom didn't really release a port for the Saturn version, which I don't know why. I really wanted a port for the Saturn version, not gonna lie. I really enjoyed the Saturn version as well, but yeah, we don't have it. We only have the PlayStation version for every console. So coming up, this is the Grenade Main stage. We are going to be following the weakness order for most of the bosses, but since we don't have any weakness yet, this actually turns out to be the fastest boss in the game to beat first, because we get an important item from him, which actually it's not from him, but we got from the mini boss, which is Rush Bike. Rush Bike really helps us early game, because we don't have much sliding speed. So coming up, this is the bomb section, probably the hardest section in the game to optimize. Hope I don't die here. Okay, I didn't die. Actually, it's way more easier to die here than it looks. Well, at least it's fine. So now we have this mini boss. I actually don't remember the most of the mini boss names in this game. But this is the eye, and we use the Mega Ball because the Mega Ball deals 3 damage. And we don't want him to dive into the junk. If it does that, we lose time, basically. That was a good pattern. Haven't seen this pattern in a while. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now that we unlocked Rush Bike, we're gonna be using it as soon as we get it. So we're gonna do some Mega Ball jumps here, and we're gonna call the Dogo Bike. Yeah, Rush is absolutely a good boy. He even becomes a bike for us. And this is actually the most optimal way of moving in some areas, because the bike is faster than just sliding. Another thing to mention about the slide is that when you start sliding, you have a small buffer. And when you stop sliding, there's also a little bit of buffer. So we want to make sure that we start sliding on a place that we're gonna make sure that we'll be able to finish that slide. to save a couple frames. Like, it's just a minor thing, honestly. Just something that you will notice after running this game for a bit. And now this is Grenade Man. We are gonna be pretty much doing this fight buster only, because we don't have any weapon yet. Also, this is the best pattern that he can give. We want him to shoot bombs into the wall, because he became, like, he stay near the wall and it's easier to hit him. And we're gonna be alternating between the level 2 and level 3 shot. The interesting thing about the Mega Buster in this game is that the level 2 Buster charge deals 2 damage. Level 3 deals 3 damage. So the most optimal way to deal with most of the fights Buster only is to start with the fight with a full charge and a level 2 charge, alternating in between. This is only important for the Grenade Man though, so for now on we're gonna be just following the weakness order. Okay, now we have Frostman. Frostman stage, it's a pretty neat stage. Very similar to Codeman stage as well that we have seen earlier. Definitely they didn't reuse most of the assets here. Also, this level has a pretty good music. And also, auto-scrollers. This is one thing that Megaman 8 is notoriously known for having, which is the auto-scrollers. This game has quite a few. So I'm just gonna be paying a little bit of attention here. I don't want to die on an auto-scroller because it's sad when it happens. At least in this auto-scroller, because you lose a lot of time by doing that. So yeah, this is basically jump, jump, slide, slide. I think this is a pretty well-known section. I ain't gonna try for any swag here. There are some Mega Ball jumps that you can do here that they save literally no time, but they are pretty cool to show off. But I ain't gonna go for them, you know, it's just... they're too dangerous. Yeah, back when I actually played this game when I was a kid, I would say that this was one of the sections that I died the most. Now we are going to use Dogo Bike again, Rush Bike. Because Rush is a good boy and he's going to help us again. Okay, I didn't get the jump there. So, an interesting thing about Rush Bike is that those big ice blocks, we can kind of clip through them. Okay, now we have the small vertical section here that we can skip. I ain't gonna go for the money jump there. There is something that we call the money jump, which you basically, instead of jumping before a gap, you just Mega Ball jump instead and it saves frames. But it's too risky, and I usually fail at this when I try, so... I'm just gonna be playing more safer here, to prevent anything bad from happening. And now more jump, jump, slide, slide sections. Because why not? This is actually the PSX version of the game, PlayStation 1. Because I'm playing on the Legacy Collection, which only allows you to play the PlayStation. No Saturn version. Please, Capcom, port the Saturn version for consoles. Okay, now we have Frostman. We are just gonna be throwing Char Shot at him at the beginning, and Flash Bomb all the way. So, as you guys can see, this is a really hard fight. Hardest boss fight in the game. I'm sweating from just doing this boss fight. That's really complicated. Yeah, I can totally understand that. The Saturn version of this game is quite expensive. At least where here where I live, like even the Saturn and the game itself are pretty expensive. Yeah, we have the hardest fight of the way. Now the entire game is gonna be easy, right? Anyway, this is Tengumen stage. The stage has a lot of gaps and there's wind. The wind mechanic is very interesting because it actually blows us away to a specific direction. There's also those purple platforms, which can be a little tricky. Now I have the first bubble skip. Okay, ow! I did a weird setup there, but it's fine. We died, but that death became a death warp, so that's okay. No big deal. It's fine. No big deal. It's really... At least we did manage to get it. I don't know, like, I messed up a little bit of the setup, then I tried to correct myself when I was jumping there. And it didn't work too well, but it's fine. We made it through. We made it through, so that's what's important. So now we have another auto-scroller. We can either kill all the enemies or you can just stand here. We have two options. I like killing them because, I don't know, it's just... It feels more faster that way. I don't really think it is. And also gathering friends in this section doesn't actually lag the game, which is a good thing. We can have as many friends as we want. Yeah, it's very interesting how they like put some shmup sections. And also I think this is the only Megaman game that actually does that. Very interesting. Also in this section, okay, that was lucky. I was going to talk about our partner. We need a body here to help us throughout the section. And we basically need Beat. And we got him right away, so that's a pretty neat thing. That's a really good thing, actually. We need Beat for this section. That's the reason we want Beat is because Beat is really useful against the coming up mini boss. The thing about Beat is that he doesn't do much damage, but this little guy actually ignores iframes. He doesn't care about them. And we're gonna be using that as our advantage on this boss, on this mini boss. I'm gonna be staying right here. Gonna damage boost into his hitbox because it deals less damage than the laser itself, so it's better. Oh, Mega Man 5 on Game Boy? Yeah, actually I don't really know much about the Game Boy Mega Man, so that's quite interesting. That's something that I really need to play someday. Okay, I'm just gonna play safe here. I ain't gonna go for anything too risky here because I only have... Oh! Oh, my input. Okay, that was not good. That was just my controller being bad. I don't know what happened there. Okay, that's not good. Oh! Okay, I don't know what to do. So that's a little bit of a time loss there. So we're gonna have to replay the entire section again. That's really not good. I mean, we're gonna lose. I think it loses like a couple, maybe a minute or two. So that's actually not good. So we're gonna have to replay the entire section again, and we got an extra life now. I don't know, that section can be kind of tricky, and I tried to play safe there, but I guess playing safe didn't really pay off. At least it's not a huge time loss, you know, we just need to do the section again. As long as I don't miss anything else, should be fine, I hope so. And again, we're gonna be seeing the Shmup section again, so let's go. Okay, let's try to do this properly. Alright, take two. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Alright, I was a little bit scared there. Sorry about the death. I really, like... I really don't know. It really never really happened before, but... it's fine. Shouldn't be a huge time loss. So, Tengu Man, his weakness is actually a vertical weapon. But we can hit him while we Mega Ball jumping, so... that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be swapping between Mega Ball and Ice Wave, and... there we go. That's the boss fight. Okay, that's good. At least we now have 3 lives, so it shouldn't be a huge problem, I think. Also, a good thing about when you're actually learning this game and you start speedrunning it is that the game itself is not really that punishing when it comes to game overs. When you game over, pretty similar to Megaman X4, when you game over, you actually go back to the last, loading screen that you went in the level. So it's not really a that punishing game. So that death wasn't really... that death only costed a lot because of the auto-scroller. It's okay. So now they have the rush bike section, probably the longest rush bike ride in the game. I want to be careful with the cycles here. I want to jump over that one. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that was actually a pretty flawless bike execution. Very nice. Yeah, I just wish we could have like a more, like we had an official and not expensive way of playing Mega Man in Saturn, because it's actually an interesting version. There's extra content. So now we have CC Roll. We also saw this guy at the close to the end of Mega Man and Bass. He's an actual mini boss here instead of just a giant coin that drops on the floor. It's also pretty easy because the Mega Ball jump deals 3 damage to him. Yeah, like there's so many content in Mega Man 8 Saturn, and just you know, it feels wrong to be losing all of those things. They don't feel preservated. Alright, so this section is just, we're gonna be using Ice Wave to sweep the thing. I'm gonna be using the Tornado Hold as... I'm gonna be combining both Tornado Hold and the Mega Ball jumps to actually get more height. Okay, that was bad. I'm gonna go for backup here. Okay, it's fine. You can actually jump, yeah, you can actually go all the way to the top without stopping. But if you miss a movement there, you're better off just doing the section more casually. So now Clownman, this guy here has a really annoying attack, which is called Thunder Carnival. We don't want him to do it, and I called it, didn't I? There you go, that's the Thunder Carnival. So we're gonna be alternating between Buster and Tornado Hold. And he went to the right. Yeah, that's one of the most magical. That's one of the most magical things about the Mega Man speedrunning from Mega Man 7 onwards is the amount of weapon swapping and weapon optimization that you can do. Now we got Thunderclaw. Thunderclaw is an interesting weapon that we don't get to see that much, really. And now we have an intermission. We have this small intermission stage. Kind of similar to Mega Man 7. In this game, we don't get to have all the 7 Robot Masters unlocked. We only have 4. Yeah, it's all about practice, you know, it's just... It's pretty cool to see. It blows your mind, and like, back when I started learning this game, I would think like, when I saw other people do those weapon swaps, I was like, dude, I'm never gonna be able to do this. This is just too much for me, and it just took practice. It's pretty nice to pull off. Okay, now we're gonna have some cutscenes that we are going to skip, hopefully. Okay, I went to the save menu, that's fine. And now that we finally beat Duo, we're gonna be able to buy some items. And actually, we're gonna be buying an item, which is Paper Slider. I say item, for some reason I'm thinking of the 40 boats run that we get to buy 2 items, but this is any percent. This is any percent, so we're gonna we're only going to be seeing 1 item. And now we have Astro Mandesu, which is an interesting stage. We saw this guy before, but his stage is pretty different in this game. I'm gonna play a little bit safe here. I'm gonna go for nothing too complicated here. Just gonna do those jumps normally. They are still quite scary, but they're less scary if you don't try to go for money jump. There's a skip that you can do in the labyrinth, but I don't feel confident enough to do this, so I'm just gonna do the normal strat that is just doing the labyrinth in reverse. This level is pretty tricky. When you're playing this casually, this level actually repeats itself quite a lot, and it actually confuses you, but it's pretty linear in the speedrun. Also, there's some interactions with the environment that you can do with the weapons. You can freeze the liquid there. Pretty neat thing. Doesn't do anything, but it's pretty neat. Also, this is an auto-scroller, so I don't have much to say out here. Just as long as I don't die in an auto-scroller, it should be fine. There's also a boat there. We don't want the boat because we don't want to buy any more items. We already have everything that we want. So now this is actually the only risky jump that I'm gonna be doing in the run. I'm gonna be jumping here. Oh my god. Okay, that was a bad start. So this section can be tricky to optimize because of the cycles. And I missed the bomb there and it really messed my cycles up. Just gonna do a more realistic strat here. Okay, that was weird. I don't know. That's just me improvising. That was not even like anything. Okay, that was not enough height. Yeah, that's gonna happen. This game is... At least the game is not that punishing. The checkpoints in this game are pretty nice. Oh, okay, that's... Yeah, my slides are being weird there. And also, as you guys may notice, I'm sliding a little bit faster than normal because of the hyper slider. We have hyper slider, we have faster slide. Okay, now we have Astro Man. And Astro Man, we don't have his weakness, but we have his soft weakness. There's two kind of weakness in this game. There is the soft weakness that deals a little bit more damage than the boss weakness, and there's the weakness itself, which is Flash Bomb. You're gonna be using Flash Bomb on him quite a lot. That's not good. Actually, this is Astro Crush. That's not a good plan. I'm gonna wait, because it's kind of risky to try to hit him while he's flying. So his soft weakness is Flash Bomb. Also, a good interesting thing that I actually didn't know about and only learned when I speedrun this game is that when Astroman does his Astro Crush, the last place that he appeared on the screen is going to be a safe spot. If you stand there, you're never gonna be hit by the Astro Crush. That's something that I learned after actually speedrunning the game. I never knew that was a thing. So now we have Aquaman. Aquaman is another stage, and surprisingly, this is one of the few games that Megaman can actually swim. I mean, he actually can swim in Megaman DOS, which, by the way, is coming right after Megaman 8. Okay, that was not a good tornado placement. I wanted to place a few pixels away. Just gonna kill everyone here just for safety. Yeah, Megaman can actually swim in this game, and it's not really that fast. I mean, Megaman is not a good swimmer. I mean, he's a robot, so he's not even supposed to be on the water. Get him, some guy. Exactly. So now this boss fight, every weapon deals 3 damage to him. And we want to be alternating between weapons to hit him depending on how he is. But there's a problem. He can randomly go inside the waterfall. Like this. Also, this boss fight has something that is called the frame rule. When you beat the boss, the game kind of checks to see if you already beat the boss and spawns the item. And it does it a couple frames. I don't really know too much how to explain frame rules, but it's a thing. So if we take too long to defeat the boss, we might end up losing time. Also, I kind of forgot what to do here. Oh, I was expecting a health pickup there, but it was just a mat. Now I just go all the way down. Okay, that was not good. Alright, so I don't have enough health for this fight. All we need to do is pray that Aquaman is not going to be jumping on our face. If he does that, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so that's good. So this boss fight mainly consists in us using Outro Crash and then triple charge shot. There's much to say about it. Yeah, also, speaking of boats, though, there's an interesting thing about the boats, the 40 boats run, that you actually do a game over abuse in Aquaman stage, which is pretty neat. But that's another category. I have Swordman. Swordman is an interesting level, to say the least, because it actually consists in 4 challenges. The game kinda checks to see if you mastered all the 4 weapons of the 4 robot masters that you fight. So we have trials. We have the Flash Bomb trial, which basically we need to memorize the pattern, which is green and yellow and red. Okay. That's actually a good one. I haven't seen this pattern in a while too. Oh. Very nice. The pattern that you never get to see in an actual run. Okay, that's... So yeah, this level has actually quite a lot of weapon swapping. Which is a pretty interesting level. I would say that this is actually one of my favorite levels to do some IL practice on it. Because there's a lot of strat that you can do here. Okay, that should be it. Now there's one more try to go. Oh. Okay. Not grabbing ladders is the toughest challenge in this game. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna despawn the shaking animation. Saves a little bit of time. It's pretty easy. Just go back and forth, and you have it. So now coming up next, I'm gonna be trying to set up a 1 cycle in this boss, which basically I try to hit as much as the flash bomb ticks in the boss as possible, but I think I didn't got it. It'll be fine. Nah, this fight you can actually 2 cycle the boss, but sometimes I don't get it. Oh, okay, that was different. I think I jumped too early there. So, the thing about this jump is that if you miss a single pixel of it, you're pretty much dead, so... It's a really punishing jump. Oh! Okay. That was not a death that was supposed to happen. Alright, I'm just gonna do this casually. just this casually, you know. I'm a little bit scared. Okay, that's... Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of Mega Ball jumps that are really, really precise. Alright, now Swordman. The Swordman has a manipulation that we can do. Unfortunately, we cannot manipulate his first attack. So if he decides to Fire Slash, he Fire Slashes. But if he don't, he will not Fire Slash again. So if we stay on his back, Swordman will always do the jumping slash attack. And we do that. So it makes the boss fight way more consistent. So it saves quite a lot, because every Fire Slash that he does is like 5 seconds of time loss, and he can do as much as he wants. Which also reminds me of a very old route that this game actually had. Like, you will do Swordman before the other bosses. But when the manip was figured out, we will do Swordman with Water Balloon because it's way much faster. Doing Swordman Buster only is not only scary, like it not only loses time, but it's also very hard. And now we have Searchman. Searchman basically has a jungle level. And we're gonna be using Rush Bike here, and okay, that was a little bit of bad muscle memory there. Okay, let's do this normally. And this level has quite a lot of Ice Wave usage. We use a lot of Ice Wave to basically sweep up all the enemies. Since this level has a lot of grounded enemies, we can just use Ice Wave and kill them all. Okay, I grabbed the ladder on accident there. Oh. Okay. That was something. So this level has quite a few uses of the electric thing. Also, there's some back boost that we do here. Yeah, not Burnerman stage, exactly. That's the interesting thing about actually watching a Rockman and Forte run, and the Megaman 8 run back to back, is that you get to see all the assets in both games. So this guy can actually hide in the bush. You don't want him to go to the bush. This is already being a really good pattern so far. No bush! Yeah, Astroman still is, like, that's an interesting thing. Like, both Tengu and Astroman stage got revamped quite a lot compared to the Megaman 8. And now we got Homing Sniper. And we finally managed to beat all the 8 Robot Masters. And now we are going to the Wily Tower. I wonder how many Wily Towers we are going to be seeing today. I mean, if we do count King Tower as well, which we saw early on. So yeah, Wily Tower starts, the first Wily stage starts with an auto-scroller. There isn't much, I just need to survive. There's an extra life that I'm gonna be grabbing at the end of the level as well. Because why not? Also some pretty good music. Oh, jump, 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 jump. Whew, that's it. Just gonna grab this. Alright. Actually, I think that might not even be my channel, honestly. I think I do have a ZX in my nickname, but it's fine. Because actually Kiwami's channel is someone else. Anyway, this is Atetemino. Atetemino is the only boss that I know the mini-boss that I know the name, by the way. It's basically the Ronaldinho soccer simulator. We kick the ball on him, and there's also a mechanic that I learned thanks to this boss, which you can actually curve your Mega Balls by holding up. I didn't know this when I first played this game. It's pretty neat by itself. Okay, that's good enough. I missed the hit, but no problem. You can also early hit this boss if you're fast enough at the beginning. But it should be fine. And now here we go for Mighty 2. Mighty 2 is also... yeah. Also an auto-scroller. But the beginning is actually a level. So... it's a little bit of change of pace. Okay, I'm really not having the... I'm grabbing the letter as an accident, I don't know why. My D-pad keeps messing up. Okay, should be fine. Now we are going to the auto-scroller. Also, doesn't matter if I take too much damage here, because we're gonna be... okay, I need to break this. We're gonna be death warping later on. So, it should be... it doesn't matter. We need to be low on health anyways. So... it's actually optimal to take a couple hits early, but we do want to take hits on auto-scroller because it doesn't lose time. It's not gonna be lowering my health too much because it can be a little bit risky. Also, I have a really weird luck in this section. That okay, I don't want to grab that health. Okay, yeah, that I do drop a lot of health in this level when I don't need it. But at least it can be easily backed up by just taking a couple hits here and there. It's also a good opportunity for us to get more friends. Because that's the thing in this game. If you're really low on health, the game tries to help you on the shim-up sections by giving you friends. The game tries to help you if you lose too much health. So I think we already have all the friends on screen, which is pretty neat. Okay, don't give me health back. Don't give me health. I want it. Was that a health? Okay, I think I don't have enough health to... okay, I did have. Nice. Alright. So, this is a death warp, by the way. Normally, you would have to wait for the screen to go faster. But if we die there... we already triggered the checkpoint for the boss. And we're gonna be respawning right at the boss. So, it saves like 15 seconds, I think. So, it's pretty neat skip. So, this is... Bike Link. And this guy can kill your run because he can show its legs. And if the boss does that, it's time loss, and I ended up wasting an Outstro Crush on it. Okay, that should be okay. I just need an extra hit. And he gave me the good pattern when I wasted it. That's sad. Yeah, Bikeling is a really annoying boss because if the boss doesn't want you to deal damage to it, he'll never do. Unless you break his legs. If you break the legs, he'll never give leg RNG. So now we have Wily Free, which is the final actual stage of the game. It's actually a pretty hard stage. So I'm gonna be doing some kinda safer strats here. Okay, that was okay. So now we say that this game doesn't have playable Bass, but we do have Bass. And he's stronger now because he learned how to fuse himself with his dog. And both him and Gospel are going to become one. And this boss fight, every single weapon deal 1 damage to him. Outside of Buster. Buster deals the full Buster deals 3 damage. So we kind of be doing like the strat where we alternate in between flash bombs and Buster shots to always hit him on the very first few frames possible. Okay, that's a bad pattern actually. We don't want him to go in the middle because it was time. We want him to be on the right. Wasn't too bad. If it was all the way to the left, that would be pretty bad. We would have lost quite a lot of time. So now we have a, we only have another section. I'm gonna grab this health here just for safety. Okay. That's good enough. That's not the fastest way of dealing with that section, but it is the most safer. Just kill all the monkeys and do the jumps. Okay, now we have Yellow Devil. Yellow Devil, not actually yellow, he's actually green, but he's a devil regardless. And he is the easiest green devil. He's the easiest devil on the franchise. And we can actually one-cycle him if we get the pattern. You can actually manipulate him if you stay on the specific position here. That way, he always gives us the same pattern every time. Oh, just a couple more hits, and there we go. That's Green Devil. Like, I wouldn't say that this is the easiest devil that we faced today, because we had Megaman and Bass earlier, and that was actually the easiest devil, because you just need to mash. But this one is also pretty easy. Okay, now, so coming up, as any Mega Man game, we have refights. We gotta follow the tradition of having refights, so I'm gonna be having them. And I'm gonna be facing Swordman first for the sake of health management, because Swordman is the only boss fight that we need to have health to manipulate him. Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's a pattern that we cannot manipulate, unfortunately. Please don't do that again. Okay, that's a little bit of bad luck here. He even Even got staggered there for some reason. Nah, it's fine. So yeah, this is the only boss that we need to care about our health. Because we need to take damage as the main strat for him. But from now on, it's just... should be a cakewalk. Aquaman is the same. Also, I'm gonna be damage boosting on him just for the sake of grabbing the health thing as fast as possible. And now we have Searchman. One interesting thing about Searchman is that since we are... you see that Megaman is way more closer to him this time. So we can do an early hit on him right at the beginning of the fight. Also, no Deadly Storm because we destroyed the missiles. I think the only different boss fights here are going to be Astro Man and Grenade Man because we now have their actual weaknesses. And Astro Man, this boss fight is just something else. Okay, don't do that. That's not a good pattern. Okay. So, to be honest, I think this is one of the few reasons that I play this game in Japanese. Because this boss fight, the Itayo is way more funnier. I don't know, I just feel like Itayo is way more funnier than the had to happen thing. Yeah, that was a little bit of bad luck there. I didn't equip the... okay, I can still fix this. Oh! Okay, that was... I pressed the wrong button. I was not supposed to throw that tornado there. It's fine. And that's what happens when you hit Clown Man with his weakness on a direct hit. Alright, it's fine, it happens. So we are just a couple bosses away to Dr. Riley. So Tengu Man is actually more harder to pull up the thing, and I have search Psy on screen. And don't know if I can actually do early hit on him. So this boss fight is way much harder to optimize. There we go. Not too bad. And yeah, as always, I saved the hardest boss fight for last, which is our big boy Frostman. Since, you know, he is the hardest boss in the game, we might as well fight him as the last boss, because, you know, he's really hard. So, what can I say? Really hard fight. Okay, I think we can still go underestimate here, I hope. So, we just have a couple boss fights. Actually, we only have two. So, yeah, in this cutscene, Dr. Riley has an undestroyable cannon, apparently. So, it makes me think, what if, in this game, Duo never showed up to help Megaman? Would this be the end So Duo is the true hero here. If it wasn't by Duo, you wouldn't be able to fight Dr. Riley, so that's pretty nice. So this boss fight is weak to Flame Sword and Water Balloon. He also takes a little bit more damage to Astro Crush. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We use the Flame Sword and use Astro Crush to dodge the Saw. So this is the final phase, Wily Capsule, which by far I would say that this is the easiest Wily Capsule in the game, because you can easily predict the patterns compared to Mega Man 7. Also, if I do get really low on health here, I can just use the I can use rush to get some health back. Ouch. Also, we can Mega Ball jump and hit him with a Flash Bomb when he goes to the top, so... Very interesting fight. Also, time is coming up when I do the final hit, which should be in 2 hits. Okay, now 1, okay? And time... Yeah, Wily Machine 7, dude. I have nightmares with Wily Machine 7. And that's it. 56. With a death. With a really crazy death in the auto-scroller. That death on Tango Man, that was really... It still got underestimated, so that's pretty nice. But I think that was